Oh, hello. Welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today is a very pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things. And on this pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things, we have lots of things and stuff to talk about, including upcoming videos, things that you can look forward to on Stuff and Things Plays, and working. I've got some packages. I went to my P.O. box, took a trip to the post office, emptied out my P.O. box, and we have some interesting things that I'm going to open up. One of them comes all the way from the Netherlands, and our good friend Mr. Westerhoff. So we're going to open these up, and then we have your questions, comments, and feedback in hashtag askstuffandthings. So let's get into it. All right, first up, what can you look forward to on Stuff and Things, Working, and Stuff and Things Plays? Well, we're going to have the full review this week of Seattle Pipe Club Down Yonder. I did the first impressions video 2 weeks ago, I think, and now the full review will be out on Wednesday for YouTube, but if you are a Patreon supporter, you can watch it on Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. It's a blend that I was a little bit meh about in the first impressions video, and that has changed a bit as I have had it for a couple weeks, and when I finally did the full review, my opinion had changed quite a bit. So check out the full review of Seattle Pipe Club Down Yonder Wednesday on Stuff and Things or Monday on Patreon. I have also just recorded a revisited episode for Solani Aged Burley Flake. This blend was one that I remembered so fondly. I loved it when I reviewed it over 8 years ago initially, and it had just been so difficult for me to get other tins of this. I think I'd had a few in the intervening years, but especially the last 4 or 5 years, it was really tough to get a hold of. And a very generous viewer sent me this tin, and so I had the opportunity to do a revisited episode, and it was pretty interesting. It wasn't exactly what I remembered. So be sure to check out that revisited episode. It'll be posting in the coming weeks on Stuff and Things as well. On Working, we're doing every other week for a full episode, and then we'll do shorts in between that. So I have a short coming up on Working this Monday, and then on Stuff and Things Plays every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom series is continuing. Fantastic game, really fun series, so check that out. And please, subscribe to Working. We are up to, I think we need about 100 more subs to reach 1,000 on Working, and we really need to get to 1,000 subs so I can become a YouTube partner. It opens up so much more opportunity for me with the channel. It helps it get seen. So please, if you haven't yet, subscribe to Working. There will be a link in the description box below. Thank you so much. All right, gang, this is exciting. Our good friend, Mr. Westerhoff from the Netherlands, he writes in all the time, leaves great comments, really good guy. And he has sent this package to me. It looks like it has been through the ringer. You can see the Customs and Border Patrol, Border Protection tape on here. Looks like somebody just smashed the heck out of this thing. So we're going to be opening this up. But I also got something when I opened up my P.O. box from Michael Bluth, who I know has sent me something before because I remember thinking, oh, isn't that the same name as Jason Bateman's character on Arrested Development? And it's from Open Sea Leather Company, and I'm really trying to remember what I think I reviewed something by them before, and I apologize that I am forgetting this, but it comes all the way from Honolulu, Hawaii, so this is interesting. I'm really curious to see what this is. Oh, here we go. Fair Winds Open Sea Leather Company Following Seas. And our unboxing experience is kind of lame, but it's intentional. We hate waste. It's bad for the environment, our communities, and the climate. Additionally, keeping packaging costs low allows us to ship everything for free in the U.S. Our products speak for themselves. No fancy wrapping or ribbons needed. You got their little logo on the back there. Hopefully that'll show up on camera. So I guess this is the packaging. And I don't know what this is. I don't think this person has contacted me to tell me that they were sending me anything unless I missed an email. So let us insert the Bark River Aurora Scandi. It's kind of dirty because I was using it at work. Nice and sharp knife. Let's see what's inside. Uh-oh, I think I just got through a note. Damn. Got a little too knife happy. I think the writing is still intact, so we'll leave whatever's in the package for now, and we'll take a look. Thank you so much for supporting OpenSea Leather Company through your reviews, but they said, oh no. Chris, did I receive this package by mistake? Or maybe the note was the wrong note? I swear I've reviewed something by this company, but I just can't remember what it is. Chris, thank you so much for supporting OpenSea Leather Company through your reviews. We really appreciate it and wanted to send you our newest model, the Topsider Bifold. Okay, I've definitely done a Topsider. I don't think it was called OpenSea at the time, though. I think it was called Gun Deck. The Gun Deck Topsider wallet. That reminds me of something. I've been designing minimalist wallets for 8 years. It all started with the Gun Deck, yes. And 17 models later, I couldn't be more stoked on the 18th. Getting some of that Hawaii lingo in there. The Topsider Bifold LT is the culmination of everything I've learned about what makes a perfect minimalist wallet. Easy access, tiny pocket presence, a unique aesthetic, fumble-free cache access and stowage, and of course, minimalist without sacrificing capacity. I like saying that, minimalist. I've taken the best features of each previous model and put them all here. The silhouette of the Topsider, the single stitch line of the Hubei, and quick access of the Topsider Quick Draw, and the full-length cache carry of the Topsider Bifold. Specs, construction, 2-piece, single stitch line design with combination saddle and cross stitching. Dimensions, cards, 2 card pockets or 3 if you select the quick draw option. Full-length cache pocket with open bifold access. Sincerely, Michael Bluth and team at the OpenSea Leather Company. Well, thank you, Michael. Hopefully you didn't send this to me by mistake, but whatever. I will take a look at this, and I definitely do remember reviewing the Gun Deck back in the day. So here we go. We have 2 actually, I think. We have these nice little pouches. And here we have got yes, I do remember that design aesthetic. So these are called, let me just make sure I get the proper thing here, the Topsider Bifold LT. So we have one here, pretty tan leather, and then in this one, we have another with kind of a natural finish. Let me just show you that. Stitching on the back. And if I remember these correctly, oh, this is interesting. So the full cache, basically, if I remember the way these worked, you would put the cache in like this, and then the cache would fold over, and then you would hold it in place with that. And it looks like there's like a card slot there. I'm not exactly sure how all of this is supposed to work, but if I remember these wallets, they were very interesting in their function, and I actually enjoyed using them quite a bit. So we have 2 of these, and I will definitely review these on the channel. Ooh, I like this. It has this kind of green on the inside. That's pretty. Ooh, they smell good. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you for sending these along, and we will feature them in a video on the channel at some point. Topsider, no, let me remember again. Topsider Bifold LT. 2 wallets from OpenSea. And I think before they were just called, maybe they were always OpenSea, but it was definitely the Gun Deck that I did before, I thought. Or maybe it was the Gun Deck I can't remember. It was the Gun Deck I reviewed. Anyway, thank you for these. I will definitely check them out and report back. Now, we have our package from our good friend, Mr. Westerhoff. Once again, we will take the knife. Hopefully we won't damage anything on the inside. Yeah. It's been taped so many times by so many different people now. I don't know if I'm going to have easy access to this thing. Let's see what happens. Ugh. All right, we're opening it up. We do have a note. So let me read that now. It says something. Okay on camera. Okay, so I can read this on camera. Thank you for letting me know. Bradley, as promised, some teas from my cellar. I don't know the age of them because I'm too lazy to make notes, but a couple years on all tins. Now, remember, this is somebody from the Netherlands, so they are writing all of this in their second language, I'm assuming, and doing a very good job. Okay, so it just lists the different blends. Maybe I want to show you as we go. The Dutch guy with the first name that can't be pronounced. I think it's Jorg, isn't it Jorg? Jorg Westerhoff. I know you've corrected me several times and I keep screwing it up. I like saying Jorg, but I think it's Jorg Westerhoff. Anyway, let's take a look at some of these tins and maybe I can read his descriptions as we go. There's some interesting things in here that I have never seen. So what is this? Something number 4. Can I find this in here? Okay, here's one. Harvester. Right there. It says Harvester is a blend blended for our FB Pipe Essers Guild, a vapor. So his Facebook Pipe Essers Guild. So that's really cool. It's a very, very limited, I would assume. Harvester and a vapor. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy that. We also have, let's see, Late Night Stroll. Also a Pipe Essers Guild blend. Latakia, so an English blend. Very cool. And it looks, that must be their little guild logo on the bottom there. Really interesting, okay. We have also got, okay, Robert McConnell, the original Scottish Flake. Very cool. We have got H.H. Bold Kentucky by McFadin. Very nice. I like having the the warnings in Dutch. We have got oh neat, very cool. Samuel Gawith, Perfection. Really looking forward to trying that out. I've never actually had that. We have got, okay. Oh, yeah, he mentions with Perfection their best Latakia blend. We've got Troost Slices. Right there. Is a vapor only sold in the Netherlands and Germany, maybe. 10 plus years. Interesting. So another vapor. He knows what I like. Knows what I like, so I'm very much interested in trying these out. And then we've got something here. Let's see. Is this Silem's Black, I think? Aromatic with Latakia, the only aromatic IS, and it's the only thing that isn't in a tin, and I didn't notice a tin of Silem's Black, so I'm assuming it's this. Let me pop it open and see. Oh, yeah. I can definitely smell the Latakia, and there's a topping. Maybe vanilla. It's kind of hard to tell. Not super strong, though. So, yeah. Oh, no, it does say it on the paper bag, or the plastic bag there. So there you go. Wow. That's fantastic, and such unique, interesting blends, things that I probably would never have a chance to try normally. So I'm really looking forward to trying a lot of these out. I'm going to have to try to cram them in the giant box in which I keep my blends, my cellar, as it were. But thank you so much, Mr. Westerhoff. I'm just going to avoid saying Jorg. But I really appreciate that. It was super generous of you to send these along, and I will make good use of all of the blends in this box. Thank you. Well, how about that? That was fantastic. But now, gang, it is time for hashtag #AskStuffandThings. Remember, if you have a question for me and you would like it answered on the Sunday Stuff and Things, tweet or X, whatever, at SAT Bradley with the hashtag #AskStuffandThings. Or you can write to me via Patreon if you are a Patreon supporter and go right to the front of the line. You can also send me a super thanks by hitting that button under this video and go right to the front of the line. Or you can leave me comments, questions, and feedback in the comment section of my YouTube videos. This week, we have feedback from last week's Sunday Stuff and Things. This is from @ChurchEtherMusic4750. As pipe tea goes, I share your passion for STG blends. Nightcap, My Mixture 965, Irish Cask or Oak, and of course Elizabethan are my go-to blends. I have tried experimenting with Virginias. Gaudreau Full Virginias left me underwhelmed, but an aged Dunhill Flake 5 years brought me to heaven. I love Full Virginia Flake by Gaudreau, but I definitely like Dunhill Flake as well, and an aged tin is excellent. So I was talking about things I look for in a blend, some of my criteria for when I'm deciding whether or not I enjoy a blend, and so it was nice to hear from some of you what you're looking for in a pipe blend as well. Next we have from Freterator4951, flavor and strength are what I look for. Flavor and lots of it. If something is really good like Gaslight, thanks for your review that got me to try it. You're welcome. I don't mind whatever I have to do to deal with it. So I was talking about how in a perfect world, I enjoy a very easy to deal with ribbon cut. But yeah, if it's a really good blend, I don't mind dealing with a flake or a plug or anything like that. Next, from Uncle Rico, 3865, favorite tea I always want on hand, Old Joe Krantz, G&W, Dark Birdseye or Kendall, Kendall, Kentucky, Jackknife Plug, Elizabethan, Happy Brown Boggy. I have a bit of Virginia Flake tea in my cellar from Sam G. or McClelland, but I don't have the same love for them I once did, so they are just aging. It'd be interesting for someone who knows nothing about the pipe hobby hearing that and having no idea what we're talking about. Next, from Chris Coffey. Hey, Chris. Regarding the meh factor and Down Yonder, I have experienced the meh factor with a few blends that are new to me. But once I let them sit in a mason jar for a while, they completely changed. I kind of suspect that some blends need exposure to oxygen and aeration. Thoughts, comments, snide remarks? No, I totally agree. Blends change a lot when you pop them open and let them sort of breathe for a while. It's kind of like a fine bottle of wine. You don't want to drink it right away. And that's similar to a lot of tea blends as well. Definitely a thing. And from Carl Lamari, $500 for boots, go shill elsewhere. And I don't know if that was directed at me or at someone else who left a comment about Nick's boots, but I just want to point out I was not paid. I got the boots for free, but not from Nick's. They were from someone else who just really likes boots and thought that I would like to try the boots and was interested to think what I thought of them using them for work. So I'm not a shill for anybody. If somebody gives me a product for free, I will let you know. And I will also tell you if I'm being paid. I've never been paid for a review, so that's probably never going to be a thing. But yeah, just talking about something I like, and I was talking about those boots because I was excited about them and I really like them, that doesn't make you a shill. A shill is someone who is paid by a company to pretend to be a satisfied customer. That's not me, and I don't think it was the person who was in the comments either who this person might have been talking about. Next, we have some feedback from Nick's Urban Logger, First Impressions, speaking about boots. This is from @Robbie7441. Hello, Bradley. Great boots, brother. The one thing I wear every day is boots. I just love that they do almost everything and keep my feet safe and warm and dry. I have police riot boots, mountain boots, and military boots. Maybe a bit weird to some, but I love them. And there are people who are very, very into boots. There's a whole genre of boot people, and it's pretty interesting, and they get very, very in-depth into boots and why they like boots and what boots they like. I like boots. I'm not quite that deep into it, but I do like boots a lot. And a nice, fine pair of leather boots is kind of a pleasure that everyone should enjoy at some point in their life. Next, from @RileyH212. I've owned a pair of Nick's boots for almost 2 years. They're Builder Pro 10 inches, and breaking them in was a bear, but they've lasted without any issues other than laces being replaced more frequently than other boots. Interesting. And from what I know about the Builder Pros, I have the Urban Logger. I think the Builder Pros are very similar to the Urban Logger, just taller. And obviously, there are all sorts of different leathers that you can use on all these different boots. But yeah, I think they're basically the same design, except the Urban Logger is just 6 inches as opposed to 10 inches. So similar boots. And finally, from @Colin Kelly, our good friend, 279, my collection of heritage boots has grown exponentially over the years. I have only one set of Nick's, and I really do like them. I think the naming is kind of odd with the Urban Logger being near the apex. What even is that? That being said, they are a fine boot, though I do not wear them for work as they would be a bit odd in a courtroom. Yeah, you are a lawyer, Colin, and I don't think you should wear the urban lager in the courtroom. But yeah, I think what they were going for with the urban lager was, you know, they have their firefighting, logging, work boots, and then they have more of their kind of lifestyle, fashion sorts of boots, city boots. And I think the urban lager was supposed to combine the two and be like, hey, if you're someone who likes to go out on the town, walk around the city, but then you also want to go out on the weekend and have a rough and ready boot, then this is for you. For me, they seem just a bit too burly and bulky for daily non-work wear. They're perfect for me right now, at least so far, for work. But yeah, interesting boots. Thank you for all that feedback, the questions, the comments. Please keep it coming in. But now, it is time for the very best part of the show, and that is where we thank our Patreon supporters. Remember, if you would like to support the channel on Patreon, there is a link in the description box below, and it is much appreciated. We're trying to get to $105 supporters on Patreon, and it helps pay for so much. It just really makes it possible for me to make these videos, and it is much appreciated. So check out that Patreon link if you have a mind to. But every week we shout out those who support the channels at $25 or more a month. People like Glenn Dunnington, Jason Buckner, MD of the North, David Gaudreau, Finn O'Hagan, Ryan McFadin, Arcturus, Ashes of the Phoenix, and Jonathon Proctor. And of course, the Maniacs, the crazy people who support the channels at $100 a month. People like Bob Magee. And we'll never forget our Hall of Fame member and dearly departed friend, Peter Straub. Gang, thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for the full review of SPC Down Yonder. Stay tuned for the revisited episode on Solani, Age, Burley, Flake. I should probably retake that, but my battery's about to die. Check out Working. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out Tears of the Kingdom on Stuff and Things Plays and all the thousands of other videos I have in there. But until next time, until we meet again, I've been your good friend Bradley. You've been the audience. This has been Stuff and Things on a very pleasant Sunday. Stuff and Things. I'll see you later. Got in under the wire on that one.